Hello students, in previous part of this chapter we have read about acid. Those are sour in taste. Now we will study about the substances which are bitter in taste. Okay, so those substances which are bitter in taste are known as basic in nature. Basic in nature, or we can say they are bases. Okay, so those substances which are bitter, they are bases. Okay, have you ever tasted baking soda? That is bitter in taste, and if you mix the baking soda with the water, that will make a feeling of soap. So combination of two properties like bitter taste and soapy feeling gives that are basic in nature or are called bases. Okay, so bases just as acids, bases are also beneficial and dangerous. How they are beneficial? Those substances which we use in our daily life, they are beneficial for us. But those bases which are used in laboratories are dangerous. Okay, so some of the substances we use in daily life, these are soap, baking soda, washing powder, etc. Toothpaste, indigestion tablets also contain bases. Dangerous bases are those bases which are used in laboratories for the experiment. Some of these are NaOH, that means sodium hydroxide. KOH, which is potassium hydroxide. Okay, CaOH whole twice, that is calcium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide is also base. So from here we get that hydroxides are bases. Okay, all the names which contain hydroxide are bases in nature or basic in nature. Okay, so this was all about the bases. Hello student, in previous part of this chapter we have read about acid and bases. Now we know about the acid and base, and we also know that they are beneficial and dangerous. One thing which is common in both, that is they are colorless. All the acid and bases, most of the acid and bases are colorless in nature. Okay, so I have two test tubes which have acid and base. I don't know about which test tube has acid and which test tube has base. So how can we test that? We cannot taste them because they can be dangerous. They can be corrosive, right? They are very corrosive in nature, so we cannot taste them. So some of the substances we use to identify whether they are acid or base. These are known as indicators. Okay, so indicators are those substances which are used to identify acid and base. These indicators change their color when they are mixed with acid and base. So let's study about them one by one. So we have two types of indicators, natural indicator and artificial indicator. Okay, so first of all we will study about natural indicator. So first one is litmus. Litmus is a kind of paper. It is a kind of dye which is obtained from lichens. Okay, so we have two types of dye, that is red and blue. That is why we have two types of litmus paper and solution, which is red and blue. Okay, when the litmus paper is dipped into acid and base, they change their color respectively. So what is the change? Suppose when the blue litmus paper, suppose I am showing first blue. Okay, when the blue litmus paper is dipped into acid, it changes into red. Okay, it changes into red. But when the blue litmus paper is dipped into base, no change occurs. That means the color of the litmus paper doesn't change. When the red litmus paper is dipped into acid, no change occurs. No change in color occurs. But when the red litmus paper is dipped into base, it turns into blue. Okay, this is the indication of litmus paper. So we can identify acid and base. Okay. So our next indicator is turmeric powder or haldi. We use in kitchen, right? So turmeric powder also changes its color when mixed with acid and base. Let's see what happened with it. So when the turmeric is mixed with acid, no change. That means it remains yellow. Okay, when the turmeric is mixed with acid, it remains yellow in color. That is the natural color of it. But when the turmeric is mixed with base, it turns into red, which shows if turmeric is turning into red, that shows the solution is basic in nature. Okay, so some of the other natural indicators are also there. So third one is China rose. China rose. Okay, so when China rose is mixed with acid, it turns into magenta, and with base it turns into green. Okay, next we have red cabbage. Red cabbage is also an indicator, natural indicator. So when red cabbage is mixed with acid, it gives same magenta color in acid and green color in base. Okay, so these are the natural indicators. Now let's study about the artificial indicators. So we have two artificial indicators. First is methyl orange. Okay, so methyl orange, when the methyl orange is mixed with acid, it turns into yellow. Okay, when methyl orange is mixed with the acid, it turns into red. Sorry about the correction. When the methyl orange is mixed with acid, it turns into red, and with base it turn into yellow. Okay, next is phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein. So phenolphthalein or phenolphthalein, when mixed with acid, no changes or it remains colorless. Right, when the phenolphthalein is mixed with acid, it remains colorless, and when mixed with base, it get pink in color. So these are the indicators which are natural and artificial. So they are used to identify acids and bases. Hello students. So now, as you know that we have read about the indicators. So for the experiment I have some pH paper. Okay, so we will see how it turns into red and blue color. So I have two test tube which are filled with acid and base. I also don't know which one is acid and which one is base, so I am taking one drop of it and putting it onto one of the pH paper. Let's see what happens. It is turning into red, right? So if it is turning into red, then it shows that it is an acid. Okay, let's take one drop from other test tube. What it will show? It is showing a blue color, right? That means this is a basic. This is a base. Okay, so we have tested that acid represent red color and base represent blue color, right? So same happens with the litmus paper. When we test acid and base with the litmus paper, so blue litmus paper turn into red. Okay, and if we test base, so red litmus paper turn into blue. And if we take blue litmus paper for base and pour base on it, there will be no change in the color. I can show you again that I am taking one of the drop. It will convert into red. That means it is a base. See, this is red in color, so this is acid. Okay, and if it turn into blue, it is a base. Okay, so this is the experiment showing how can we test acid and base. Hello students, in previous part we have read that what are acid, bases and indicators. Now we know that what are indicators, right? So now we will study about the neutralization. Have you ever thought about when the acid and bases are mixed together, what will happen? They will cancel out their properties and become neutral. That means when the acid and base mix with each other, the acidic property and the basic property will get neutralized and the other solution will form. That solution is known as salt. Okay, so on mixing acid and base, we get a neutralization reaction. The reaction in which acid and base react each other, this reaction is known as neutralization reaction. Okay, this neutralization reaction is very important in our daily life. Why? Because farmers use it, we use it even. How? In our mouth, when we sleep, in our mouth, the stuck food particles get converted into acid by germs in our mouth, right? The saliva which convert the food particle into acid, and when we wake up in the morning, we brush our teeth, right? That toothpaste consists of bases. So acid and base mix with each other and neutralizes the effect of acid, which is very dangerous and is a cause of cavities in our tooth, right? We know that acids are corrosive in nature, so acid can be a cause of cavity in our tooth. So we neutralize the effect of acid by using toothpaste, which consists of base. Farmer also use this property, this neutralization property, to improve the soil, right? If the soil is acidic in nature, they use basic fertilizers, and if the soil is basic in nature, they use acidic or organic fertilizers, organic manure, because they are acidic in nature. They produce acid. To neutralize these effects, the effects of base and acid, we use neutralization effect. Other examples of neutralization are also there. We use them in our daily life, like we use washing powder, right? The sweating, the urine consists of acid, and the smell of these can only be washed off with the washing powder, which is a base. So this is all about the chapter acid, base and salt, and we also have done the experiment about how the indicators react with the acid and base. So hope this concept will be clear to you.